most notably Sonic and Ninja Turtles, and I'm doing a live stream. Yep, I know it's a little bit unexpected, but I figure, you know what? Why not do a little bit of a live stream real quick? It's like 7:01, but it's dark where I'm at because of daylight savings. Um, so it feels like it's like almost 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, really. But I figure I might as well just do this and knock it out the way because I like to do other stuff and not have these streams be like, oh, up until midnight and stuff or whatever, because I'd be like, oh man, you know. But yeah, so how's everybody doing today? I'm about to like talk about some things and stuff, um, share some stuff, react to stuff. You know how this usually goes. I might even, after I finish up all this stuff, I might even try to invite some people on the stream in case anyone in the audience is interested in like talking to me and stuff. So yeah. But anyways, how's my week going? Not half bad, but I feel like it really wants to bring me down, or it really wants to try me as far as like my patience, or this must be some kind of testament kind of thing because, um, like at least in the middle of the week, my car kind of broke down because I couldn't like I was having trouble getting it starting it up. I think it was like what um Monday. I think it was fine. I think I had to work Tuesday. Yeah, so I had it. It broke down on Tuesday, but at least I was able to get it home before And then overnight I had it towed and stuff. Luckily, I know some people at a church that do like they like work on cars and all that stuff. So luckily, my aunt was able to hook me up with that. So they got the car fixed up, or so I thought. So when the car got back over here, I was like, okay. So I was off on like Wednesday, and I was like, okay, I'll take it on Thursday to go to work. Went to work, and then my car broke down, and I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah, it was wild. So I'm like, oh man. So car broke down. And the funny thing was, like, I was able to get it to work, and I was working for a little bit. Then they're like, hey, because usually since I'm the one with the car and everything, compared to everybody at my job, they're like wondering, hey, can you take these bank statements to the bank as I usually do? I was like, well, yeah, I could. And are you sure? Like, your car won't break down? And me being crazy and stuff, I was like, all right, well, I'm about to gamble this. I think I should be fine. And maybe it's probably the computer system or something because I have an old car that's like from 2006 um, and all that stuff that I inherited from my great aunt and stuff who passed away a long time ago. So my mom bought the car off her, so I kind of own the car now. But anyways, I was like, well, and I've had trouble with the computer sometimes too, where it might be a little bit off, but I just ignore it sometimes and be like, all right, well, maybe it's probably not that big of a deal. Like, for example, oh, I just got an oil change. And then after, like, I don't know, it says, oh, you need an oil change. I'm like, I just got the oil change. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes the computer can be a little bit off sometimes, but it is what it is. And then when it was like, I was able to, like, I was at the bank and stuff, and I was like, all right, just waiting to get the statements and everything. Bam, car broke down in the drive-through, and I was like, oh man. So I told the bank people, like the tellers and all this, like what was up. I was like, yeah, my car just broke down. Sorry for the inconvenience and all that. And I just like, yeah. They're like, oh, it's fine. It's not like you can. So I was like, yeah. And then my key got stuck in the ignition or whatever, and I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. So I had to make some calls and stuff. Luckily, AAA and stuff. I asked them to like just tow it back to the church where they work on cars and stuff that I'm associated with. So they can work on it again in case they miss something. So I was waiting there for like at least 3 hours. It was like 11 o'clock when I got over there, and then I was like there for like a good 3 hours until I was like, all right, really got to use the bathroom after they towed the car and stuff. I was like, all right, let me go to the bathroom at like the little Food Lion next door, and let me just Uber back to my job and get my stuff or whatever. And then my cousin, who kind of got her driver's license recently and stuff, luckily, she got that. She just drove me home, so it was pretty cool. And the first time I've ever actually like drove with her where she's actually driving. I'm like, oh, okay, it's pretty nice. So yeah, so that's how that turned out. So today I just got my car back again. It's been 2 days um, since yeah, since that happened. So yeah, so we'll have to see how this goes. I mean, I had no problem driving it back and stuff, but hopefully it won't I have to probably break it in a little bit to see if okay, are there any more mistakes or any other miscalculations and stuff? Because I would hate to kind of be like, oh, let me do some DoorDash and I'm stranded in the middle of I don't know, a traffic light or something or the highway. Kind of be crazy, right? But anyways, but hey, everything worked out. So, what else is going on? Nothing much. Usual shenanigans or antics. Watching Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Never really finished up Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. And obviously they didn't air the last season and stuff back when I was a kid. So I'm on the warpath on finishing that up. But actually tonight, after I finish this up, I'm actually thinking about watching the movie and stuff. The Bonds Beyond Time movie. Man, I remember that movie came out and stuff. I never saw it in theaters as a kid, but I remember the talk about it and stuff. Me and my friends, because we're all big anime fans, especially Yu-Gi-Oh and all that. And we were like, oh my god, you say Jaden, Yuki, like they're going to be teaming up and stuff like that, dueling together against this one guy, Paradox, and all that. It was really cool. And then I didn't see it until really years later and stuff when I had access to the internet and stuff. And I was like, man, still goaded though, still goaded. And of course, Yugi, Jaden, and Yusei are the best all time Yu-Gi-Oh protagonists, and there is no disputing that. Like yeah, I don't know about some of these other new Yu-Gi-Oh characters and stuff, but yeah, Yugi, Jaden, and Yusei are always yeah, top tier. Okay, I mean, and that's probably because they're the first three, of course. But come on, best designs, best characterizations, more iconic. I mean, you just can't top it. But anyways, so I'm going to be watching that movie probably tonight, hopefully, or maybe tomorrow. Who knows? But sometime soon. I just finished up season 3, or no, season 4. No, I'm lying. Season 3. I just finished up season 3 of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. So I'm just entering season 4. But I heard Bonds Beyond Time is I think it takes place before, or actually no, in the middle of season 3. And it's kind of like a little bit of filler season, anyways. So there's not anything too complex or complicated going on. So that's always great. So yeah. And then outside my whole Yu-Gi-Oh thing, that's the anime I'm mostly watching. I finished up rewatching the King Piccolo saga for Dragon Ball. I got the box set recently because it's been a while since I picked up Dragon Ball. Because I was watching earlier, this year, or probably last, maybe late last year. I was watching the not the Red Ribbon saga, but what was it? The one with the tournament with Tien and all that. And I was watching it in Japanese and stuff because never really watched OG Dragon Ball in Japanese before, so I figured why not I just do that. And that's how I've been getting down with anime, anyways. I've been rewatching stuff in Japanese or whatever, watching stuff in Japanese because I've just lost my respect for a lot of English voice actors. Not to say that there aren't any good ones, of course, but it's just some of them try to make it into a political thing sometimes, or try to make it into or whatever, or they had to change things up or whatever. Not really a fan of that type of thing. I like to get the full, raw, unedited, uncut, uncensored material. No walking on eggshells or whatever. No, give it to me. That's just how I feel. But anyways, what else was I saying? But no, so I just finished up watching the King Piccolo saga and stuff. It's been a long time, but man, still a good watch. A lot of stuff there. Of course, it's a pretty dark season for Dragon Ball and stuff. Where Goku lost, Krillin, and he also lost Master Roshi and stuff. And you really do feel the gravity and the stakes of the characters and stuff, where you can't just make things just go away or fix every problem with the Dragon Balls and stuff. Especially when King Piccolo killed Shinra, you're like, oh, how's Goku going to get out of this situation now? Or how's he going to or who's coming back, or are they going to come back? You know what I'm saying? So, Yeah, I mean, of course, we got the answers to that now, but it's just like, man. Um, but back then, though, like, man, it was crazy. And of course, like I said, the fights were pretty brutal and grounded and all that. Yeah. But anyways, what else can I say? So saw that, or I finished that up. So that's nice. But it kind of stopped on that last part where Goku and King Piccolo finished up their fight. So now I'm supposed to be on the part where Goku goes visit. He goes to visit Kami and stuff and train with him and Mr. Popo. So there's that. All right, but what was I saying? So Dragon Ball. So yeah, that's pretty. Um, was kind of revisiting some of the older Batman stuff from the Tim Burton, Joe Schumacher stuff and all that mainly because I saw Nerd Culture is Toxic his video about Jack Nicholson's Joker being overrated. I'm like, overrated? I'm like, dude, do you not know the meaning of like overrated? Because overrated just means that like something that gets a lot more attention more than it deserves and stuff. And I don't really see a lot of people really talking or mentioning Jack Nicholson's Joker constantly. If anything, I'll say it'll probably be Heath Ledger. And don't get me wrong, Heath Ledger, great performance and everything. Not really trying to like disregard that, but it's like, yeah, but I would hardly say Jack Nicholson was like overrated. It was just more like his Joker was like pretty much fair rated and probably the most accurate, really. Scenes or clips online and I already had some ambitions anyways of rewatching those movies. I was like, you know what? Why not I watch it now? So I watched the first movie, then Batman Returns, and then Batman Forever, and I just got done rewatching Batman and Robin. It's been a long time since I've seen Batman Forever and Batman and Robin and stuff. Um, yeah, 1989 holds up. Batman Returns. Still not a huge fan of it like that, to be honest. But I got to admit, like, of course, the looks for Penguin and Catwoman was pretty good, though. I'm not gonna lie. Then Batman Forever, that was also yeah. I always loved Batman Forever, but yeah, just a reminder, man, how much actually I still do love it and stuff. Or like even the music and stuff. I've been listening to those some of those songs that was created for Batman Forever, so that's pretty nice too. But yeah, let me try to play some stuff real quick from that actually, just for the fun of it.
Hey, Meta.
I don't know if I can
Hey,
really.
gorgeous.
This, this is pretty old, anyways. But
Whether you're a
so
professional contractor
yeah.
or simply take pride in handling your own home repairs and projects, Harbor Freight has the saws, drills, and grinders you need to get the job done right at prices that can't be beat.
Skip.
I remember my life as Bruce Wayne, but all this.
I really should have kept this in here though, because it actually would have probably added a little bit more depth to like Bruce and the whole Batman Forever title and stuff. At least in this movie, where he gets shot in the head by Two Face, and how okay he lost his memory or whatever, or has amnesia. I think that would have been an interesting little subplot, but I guess they had to like kind of condense it or whatever.
This is the life of a stranger.
You were shot in the head, sir.
There's something else. Alfred, I feel afraid.
Master Bruce, son. You gave up being Batman to save Dick.
And rest in peace to these two actors,
But perhaps you also gave him up.
especially the Alfred
Because you never-
Alfred actor. I mean, this guy probably doesn't get a lot of credit, but this man really does look entirely like inaccurate to very accurate to Alfred as a character, and you just can't imagine like, man, I can't, or well, we could because we have other people that have played Alfred really well as well, but you gotta give credit to the OG as well, and of course Val Kilmer, very underrated Batman.
Face why you became him in the first place.
It's in there. I remember something chasing me.
And no, I do not own Batman, Batman Forever, or any of this. This is by Warner Brothers, DC, and all that. I'm just giving my 2 cents. You know how this goes.
My nightmare.
Your nightmares are there. And until you face them, I fear you will spend your life fleeing them.
But like I said, I still enjoyed the movie. Hey, what's happening, Dr. Eno? Welcome. Not really doing too much, just reacting to certain things or whatever. Might make some conversation. But yeah, how you doing tonight? Are you up to anything in particular? Really makes me want to just like get this stuff on like Blu-ray or whatever. You know, I mean, I've had these on DVD before, but it's been a long time, so I might have lost it or whatever over the years. But still, Blu-ray nowadays always has everything, like the deleted scenes, the commentary, the makings of this, blah blah blah. Yeah, I know Batman Forever was a little bit of a goofy, silly kind of kids movie, but I still enjoyed it though. You know, yeah. Definitely a lot of stuff that went over my head as a kid that I'm starting to realize now as an adult. I'm like, wow. Some of this stuff is pretty, very, sexual. So that's something. Especially like that doctor and stuff. She was like lusting after Batman. I was like, wow. Like, I mean, I didn't realize it until then.
Not my fault.
Man, Val Kilmer is killing it right here. And they probably cut it too because this probably would have freaked a lot of people out. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty cool. Resting from some very creative crash. Nice. Yeah, I feel that because for me, I just did a whole animation, like animation and stuff like that, and I have not actually drawn anything besides that animation thing. But I haven't, like, personally myself, drawn anything in the last 14 days, and I need to do something about that. I really want to draw. Well, I should draw, or give myself to draw today, if anything, or tomorrow, whatever. Besides letting all this time go by, but yeah, but I definitely feel that, man. and I need to get back to my own original stuff too. But I definitely respect how you definitely just be at it with your work and stuff, and like you like self promote yourself. That's really cool.
Master Bruce.
I'm Batman, Alfred. I'm Batman.
Yeah, good scene.
Whenever
Kind of do like it. Huh? Should I really play the trailers, or should I? Yeah, why not? Forever, forever and ever. They probably copyright strike me definitely for the Batman theme, but basically they're playing the classic '89 theme. Gotta love these suit ups though. Yeah, they never played that theme in the. I don't think they played them in the. What's his face? But yeah, just at that point, wanting to sleep, don't want to do anything. Yeah, completely reasonable. Yeah, Jim Carrey. I just can't help but love him in the Riddler role and stuff. I'm not gonna lie, like Riddler and Two Face. I think I like Batman Forever so much that I think like Riddler and Two Face used to be like both some of my favorite villains in the like Batman stuff in general when I was a kid, especially the Riddler because he was very like intelligent and very like cunning and stuff, or he just like what kind of criminal puzzles you with riddles and stuff like that, or whatever. I don't know. It was just weird, but I liked it. And you got Two Face right there, and then you got to see his layer, how it got like the little Two Face, or how it's split between light and dark. But yeah, let me at least play this real quick. Hang on.
My place. Midnight.
Man, that girl was fast. Talking about some my place, midnight. Man, that's wild. I know some people try to pretend like the Joel Schumacher stuff was a little bit separate from the Burton stuff. Nah, they're all in the same thing, and I think in retrospect, given the Batman 1989 comic and stuff, and how kind of radical it kind of went a little bit, or drastically it went compared to like a lot of Batman stuff, I think yeah, yeah, I probably would have taken the Joel Schumacher stuff with yeah, where it's at least on track and it's a little more interesting here. Your interest is good. His was better. Sorry for the lack of noise and stuff. You know how they're gonna probably copyright strike me later, so that's why I'm not like really playing anything right now and just showing things. Like like the vest, it keeps me safe at night when I'm jogging. And then you got my boy Robin here, and so Chris O'Donnell. Yeah, I made a video talking about Robin and stuff, and just like how I just feel like Tim Drake and Jason Dodd just completely disrespected a lot. But I know, I guess from like people that work on like more recent DC stuff or Batman stuff in general, try to exclude Robin from a lot of stuff because they try to avoid a lot of those mistakes from Batman and Robin. But I don't really think Robin was like really the worst part about it. No, I think it was just the campiness and the goofy tone. That was the main, that was the breaking point with a lot of the stuff with Batman and Robin. Not the whole like Robin just being in it. What's happening, Ashes? How are you doing tonight? Or in your case, in the morning and stuff. Because if I'm not mistaken, you're 12 hours ahead of me. But yeah, not doing much. Just checking out some of these trailers and stuff. I was kind of saying how I just got done rewatching Batman and Robin, and I watched like Batman Forever like 2 days ago. Got addicted to some of the music from Batman Forever because I'm like, man, yeah. Yeah, see that? See that beautiful costume that Robin got on? Yeah, most stuff nowadays don't even have can't even mimic the costumes that they had then. I mean, although granted, well, that's just me crapping on the DCU though, because I'm just like, my God, these costumes are horrible. Like I've seen better stuff from the '90s, from Aquaman, and the Aquaman movie had some really great costumes. And I'm watching Superman and Lois, and I'm like, man, that Superman costume, like they had two costumes of that, the Max Fleischer one, and the other one, like the primary suit that he got on, yeah, looked way better than the DC man. But anyways, let me get back to this. I'm probably going to still get copyright strike anyways. But hey, let's just say I'm just taking a chance. All right, that's enough of that one right there. I still got some other subjects I wanted to cover tonight, so let's get right into that. Share screen. All right, let's see, what was I going to do? So the Super Mario trailer is out. The Super Mario Galaxy trailer is out. Hang on. Didn't mean to do that. The Super Mario Galaxy trailer is out. I was thinking about just doing this in an isolated video, but I figured, you know what? I might as well just react to it in a live stream real quick and stuff, you know. Because I already did some recordings of it, but I felt like, you know what? Why not I just react to it on a live stream and stuff, and just tell you guys what I think straight up with it, and also the Brie Larson situation. So let me just play it and play the jazz there. Boy, he's probably voiced by Jack Black again, so that's pretty nice, I guess. You know, Jack Black has done voice acting before because, you know, he was Poe in the Kung Fu Panda movies and all that stuff. But yeah, but I guess Jack Black is on a roll because, I mean, he was just in that Minecraft movie. And even though that Minecraft movie looked completely terrible, and I thought it was going to be terrible too, it seemed like it pleased a lot of the fans and stuff. And hey, that's what really counts. So, you know, that was pretty nice, I guess. So despite everybody being like, yeah, and don't get me wrong, I definitely was like, God, this movie looks really bad. But hey, if it entertained the audience and stuff, I mean, I guess it succeeded. Jack Black, he's back at it again. And you know what's coming. Shadow Mario.
Hey, big guy! You wanted to see us?
Don't move, I'll be right up.
Mario looking like a hater.
Sipping the soup, cleaning the paint. Oodle-doo, oodle-doo. and also trim the bonsai bush. Here we go. Hey, Luigi.
As you guys know, I'm more of a Sonic fan than I am a Mario fan. Um, I wouldn't say I'm really knowledgeable about Mario like that. Of course, I know of the characters like Mario, Luigi, Mario, Waluigi, Peach, Daisy, Rosalina, Bowser Jr. What was that man's name? Toadsworth, of course, Yoshi, etc. Shy Guy, King Boo, Donkey Kong, of course, Diddy Kong. Yeah, And I've played a lot, and I used to play some Mario games and stuff. I have Mario Odyssey. I used to play Super Mario Sunshine back on the GameCube. I had Luigi's Mansion, but I gave it to a friend. I just never really beat it, but I kind of wish, dang, I wish I could probably have that back again so I can at least beat it first. But that's just me. Of course, I played the Super Smash Brothers games. I had Brawl. I've never played Melee. I have Melee, a friend gave it to me, but it was scratched, so I just hold on to it for memory's sake, I guess, or nostalgia. But I've never played Super Smash Brothers Melee. Of course, I had Brawl and stuff, and I've played Brawl. I've had 3DS Super Smash Brothers. I never had a Wii U, so I know. And I have Super Smash Bros. On the Switch, so those are the Smash Brothers games I have. And then as far as Mario Kart goes, I've never played. Well, I've not actually. I almost lied. I have never owned a copy of Mario Kart before, even though I have played Mario Kart before. I've played it with friends, of course. You know how you'd be at lunch and stuff at school, and you have you have a 3DS or a DS or something, and you want your DS download with a friend that has Mario Kart, and then you play Mario Kart, and you're going to get automatically Shy Guy because you don't have your own copy of Mario Kart, so you don't get the right to choose. Yeah, so that's how it goes. So, yeah. So I definitely have memories of playing Mario. I even played Mario Galaxy before too. I beat it. Never had this. I've never played or beat the second one, so I will definitely say that. And I've also played Mario. I used to play some of the Mario Party games, and that's really about it. But let me get back to this.
What's up, Mario? Behold! I made a masterpiece for Princess
Mario
Peach.
just don't care.
What do you think?
Love the colors.
It's trash.
Jeez, Mario just hating, bro. It's trash. Dang, bro. Why you gotta be like that? I mean, I get he tried to kill you and all that, but man, that is messed up. At least Mario fans don't waste time on arguing about canonicity to try to spin off material just to feel themselves elite. Yeah, some Sonic fans definitely do that. I can't really say I'm not really in the Mario fan base like that myself, so yeah.
How dare you look at my
I will
masterpiece
stick
and
to
say
Mario
that?
though.
I'll burn the skin off your bones.
Wow. Sorry about that. That's the old Bowser talking. Still working through my demons, I suppose. Anyway, I need my 8 hours or else I really turn into a monster.
Mario monsters his face. He just don't care. The animation for this, the stars and everything, there's Mario and Peach, it looks beautiful. Yeah, I expect no less from Illumination. Mario Galaxy. Peach being a girl boss again. Hopefully they'll probably tone that down a little bit because that was a lot of people's complaints with that was a lot of people's complaints was that Peach was being too much of a girl boss in the first movie. I didn't have a major problem with it, but yeah, I get it though. It's because people will be clowning on Peach talking about, oh, she's always a damsel in distress and blah blah blah. But I mean, it serves her purpose though to be a damsel because that's kind of her role because Mario is supposed to be the hero that's saving her. But they wanted to kind of empower Peach. So they're like, all right, well, let's overcorrect that. So let's make her like this boss bitch, female killer whoop bitch, and all that, that kind of thing that they did with Peach. So, like I said, I mean, she can have a moment, but they have to probably tone that down because you know a lot of people are gonna like be like, oh god, this is gonna be woke again or something. Well, I don't think it'll go there. Hopefully, it doesn't. Where she's like out, like oh, she's better than Mario and stuff like that or whatever. You got your boy Shadow Mario, aka Bowser Jr. He plays Super Mario Sunshine.
I'm Bowser Jr., and I'm gonna be taking my father now!
Have Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Galaxy. So the first movie was probably about the brotherhood between the Mario brothers, and now this is about them. An adaptation of Super Mario Sunshine and Galaxy. Then you got your girl Rosalina. I was like, oh, isn't that Rosalina?
Princess Rosalina, you're coming with me.
Gotta admit that was pretty cool. Let me go back a little bit because Rosalina is kind of what I wanted to talk about a little bit real quick. So I know there are people that are up in arms, especially that one chick, Grace Randolph. I don't know too much about her, so I'm not like, don't pop quiz me about that. But I know she's like, when I usually hear about people talk about the cultural war and stuff, Grace Randolph's name tends to come up a lot. So I'm like, okay, Grace Randolph. So she covers a lot of stuff like this. She's also a YouTuber and all that, and some kind of, I guess you could say maybe a social media influencer, probably. I don't know. But anyways, recently she kind of crapped on Brie Larson and was like, oh God, now Super Mario Galaxy is going to tank because of Brie Larson. I'm like, dang, bro. Like, she said that on the first day when when the Super Mario Galaxy movie came, like when the trailer came out. I was like, geez. Like, I mean, because when I saw the trailer, I was at work and it was like around 9 o'clock. I was just like, all right, well, I got a moment of myself. And then, oh, snap, Mario Galaxy just came out. So let me check out the trailer. Hang on one second. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Anyways, I know a lot of people have been definitely talking about Brie Larson and stuff. I was like, wait, Brie Larson is voicing Rosalina, and I was like, oh, okay, well, whatever, right? Because I'm like, well, it's not like she's physically portraying Rosalina, even though Brie Larson is blonde, just like Rosalina. So maybe she might do like a cosplay thing. That would be kind of actually cool, actually. But yeah, but Brie Larson. So Grace Randolph was like, oh well, Brie Larson's gonna ruin the new Super Mario Brothers movie and stuff with her presence alone. And I'm like, dang, like I mean, the first movie had like Seth Rogen in it, and he's voicing Donkey Kong, who's a lot more iconic and a lot more popular than Rosalina. So I mean, if they can get by, and I'd rather take Brie Larson over Seth Rogen. So I mean, if they can still make $1 billion, I'm pretty sure Brie Larson and this whole thing is going to be fine with Super Mario Brothers, or Super Mario Galaxy. So that's just me. And on top of that, I feel like we've kind of moved past the whole Brie Larson hate train thing, where, or well, maybe we haven't, obviously. But for me personally, I'm just like, well, yeah, I understand Brie Larson and some of the stuff that she said in the past or whatever. Like it was like what around like 2019 or something like that, where she was like, "Oh well, I don't need advice or criticism from 40-year-old white men and stuff like that who, when it came to A Wrinkle in Time and blah 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 and all that other stuff." She got a lot of backlash for that. Then of course the whole Captain Marvel fiasco and stuff, because Marvel was trying to make Captain Marvel the like new, oh, she's the strongest Avenger, oh, she's like the strongest Avenger, she's like I don't know, then she's gonna be the new face of Marvel Comics, the new mascot and all that other stuff. And Brie Larson, as far as her acting skills goes, like as Captain Marvel, she was kind of bland. She wasn't really like she didn't really stand out. Like everybody in there had more personality or stood out a lot more than her in her own movie and stuff. But I'm not gonna lie though, when the Marvels came out and stuff, that sequel to Captain Marvel, as much as I really wanted to like go in there and rag on that movie, and I was definitely about to, I didn't actually hate that movie that much. It's still not a good movie, but I didn't really hate it as much as I thought I would, or whatever. It was, yeah. And honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. I actually think that Brie Larson actually got better as playing Captain Marvel in that movie, because at least she felt a little bit more sympathetic and a little bit more genuine, and she actually was making mistakes versus just being a overpowered Mary Sue and all that. So I definitely do got to respect that, or not respect that, but I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'll give credit where credit is due. And what I also respect about Brie Larson a little bit, and this is just me, or what I've seen so far, but I heard that she was also like pretty good in Fast and Furious not too long after that, where she was also pretty good. So I think that she's more focused on her work, or more focused on like herself, and just let me just focus on my acting career over what people are saying about me online or whatever. Because there's that one interview where she was like talking to that one guy, and he was like, "Are you going to come back as Captain Marvel?" And then Brie Larson was like, "I don't know. Does anyone really want me to come back as Captain Marvel?" And dang, it was like, wow. But like I said, I'm actually going to defend Brie Larson here and be like, okay, well, maybe she could voice Rosalina. I'm not going to be against it and stuff. Maybe she could probably do a good job. You never know. A lot of people used to like crap on Chris Pratt, when that first movie came out, and they were like, why didn't you just get Charles Martinet to voice Mario? He's been voicing Mario for years and blah, blah, blah. And a lot of people were like, oh my God, Chris Pratt's going to ruin this movie for me and stuff like that. Then when the movie came out and stuff, Chris Pratt, all that like hate that Chris Pratt had gotten for like his voice or whatever as Mario just went away. People didn't talk about it, never acknowledged it or whatever. And I'm like, yeah. And the funny thing was, Charles Martinet actually was in the movie because he was voicing Mario and Luigi's dad, So he did have a role in the movie as well. So yeah, he just wasn't voicing Mario though, but still. So anyways, I'm pretty sure this movie would do fine. Brie Larson or no Brie Larson and stuff. Again, I hope she definitely does get a good, give a good performance and stuff. I've actually been hearing she's pretty good with Nintendo, or she's been promoting Nintendo stuff, so it only makes sense. So I'm like, okay. So I can definitely respect that. So anyways.
Coming with me.
And the funny thing is, this is coming out next year in April. And if I'm not mistaken, the last Super Mario Brothers movie came out exactly around in April and stuff. So that's pretty just something I just wanted to point out. But yeah, but I love how they're putting in Bowser Jr. and they put in Rosalina. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. It might actually make $1 billion and stuff. It seems like video game movies these days are really like, you know, the like it's going to be the next it thing. You know, definitely a lot of kids definitely enjoy it and stuff. I have like neighbor kids and stuff that talk about this stuff, or I used to work as a teacher and stuff like that, or a little bit of an assistant teacher. You know, where I get kind of like opinions from other kids and stuff, where I hear what they have to say, and yeah, usually they're kind of gravitating to some of this newer stuff like this, where they're like, okay, well, this is interesting. I like Mario, I like Sonic and stuff, or they watch the YouTube videos and stuff like that of them or whatever of a fan thing, or play the video games on their tablets or whatever, and then when they see a movie like this, they're like, oh my god, I love it. Or they see a Netflix like Sonic Prime and stuff, they're like, oh my god, I love it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's usually how that pretty much goes. But I'm definitely excited for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I was kind of like, if you remember like that episode of SpongeBob where, like, remember when SpongeBob had to act like stupid or whatever for Patrick to make Patrick look smart in comparison so he can impress his parents and stuff. And you know how like you hear like Patrick was like, hey, SpongeBob, you want to come over for dinner? And then SpongeBob got on his knees and was doing that. No. That's how I felt like when I saw this trailer. I was like, oh, yeah, let's go. Yes. I am definitely looking forward to this movie, you know? But yeah, that is Super Mario Galaxy. But anyways, speaking about platformers, let me show you what else is good. What's really good. Let me stop. I see your comment, Ashes. I'm about to respond to it in just a second. To me, most people are complaining about everything just for the sake of it. If these anti-woke grifters went out for the old movies, they would easily trash them as well. Yeah, some of these guys do kind of contradict themselves sometimes, you know. They'll ask for one thing and then they'll be like, oh man, I really messed up. Or, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, a lot of this culture war stuff really does kind of like, it goes both ways. So, yeah, but it's just like you just gotta enjoy some stuff sometimes, or whatever suits you. But anyways, let's play this. Not gonna lie, I used to have Nights and Dreams, but I just never beat that game though. I think I gave it to my friend a long time ago. It used to be on the Wii. Yeah. The highway. Aye. Yeah, for anyone that plays Super Mario, not Super Mario, Super Monkey Ball and stuff. Yeah, I used to play that back on like GameCube and stuff. Super Mario, so Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2. Yeah, classics right there. Although the overalls is new for II though, because he should just wear the T-shirt, and that was about it. Oh yeah, you know who's coming. Tangle and Whisper. Now I said to myself, I said to myself this. All right, when it came to Sonic Crossworlds racing, I was like, okay, if they don't put a single character from the IDW comics like Tangle and Whisper into this game, I'm not gonna buy it. Okay, I don't care if the game's good yet, whatever. I can wait, whatever. But I was like, all right, I'm not gonna buy it if Tangle and Whisper are not in this game, or somebody from IDW. If you don't put Tangle, Whisper, I don't care if it's Dr. Starline, Kit, Surge, somebody in here. If you don't get any of those 5 characters at least in this game, I'm not getting it. Now I have a reason to get the game. So they finally put Tangle and Whisper in here. I saw Wolfie Reacts' video on it. It's been a long time since I've actually watched Wolfie Reacts, but like talk about some Sonic stuff. But when I heard this, I was like, let me check out. Like when I learned it from his reaction, I was like, okay. But he said that there's not gonna be voice acting, and I'm like, Sega, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? You're not gonna give Tangle and Whisper any kind of voice acting, no back and forth banter with Sonic and the crew. Oh man, I just want to Sega. I want to shake you so bad and stuff and beat some sense into you. I'm like, what do you mean you're not going to give them no voice actors? I want to know what Tangle and Whisper sound like, or whatever, please. You know, that's wild how you just do that. But hey, I finally that they're in the game. That's right there. Screen view. That's right. Yeah. So again, this is DLC. Now, please put them in some platformer again. Like they really have the tools right there, but they're just not using it. Why? I don't know. All right. And basically, this was my reaction when I found out that they were going to be in the game. Hang on, let me pull this up. Everyone remembers Drake and Josh, good old Drake and Josh.
Oh, here he comes.
You know, having some technical difficulties on my end.
Hi, Josh. Steve.
That'll be my reaction to Sega.
I didn't know it was your enchilada. I just saw it in the fridge and there was no note on it. No note. What?
It's all right. I understand.
Look, you're not mad? I thought you'd flip out.
Oh yeah, usually I would.
Normally, yes,
Yeah.
I would flip out. But my psychologist worked out a plan where I'm only allowed to get angry 4 times each day. Now's not the time.
Now's not the time.
When is the time?
Oh, that's a secret.
It's time.
It's time.
Oh!
You're waiting for the enchilada!
When is the time?
Oh, that's a secret. It's time.
Oh!
You're waiting for the enchilada!
It was not.
Never gets old.
Oh no!
Never gets old. Oh my god. You ate my enchilada. Hang on. still think background laughing track is a cheap trick. If you're sure you wrote a good joke, you don't need it to force people to laugh automatically. Yeah, I understand. Sometimes, like, and I've seen some clips online where people have just taken out, like, edited out the laugh track and just had the jokes and stuff. But come on, you gotta admit that was pretty funny though. Oh, you ate my enchilada. There was no. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much that as far as like what's going on. So I'm definitely excited for that Tangle and Whisper DLC and stuff. Please, Sega, give them some freaking voice acting, please. They need it. All right, and put them in some actual like platformer games and all that stuff. Like, please, we need that, man. No mobile game, no Sonic Runners, none of that crap. No, what was that other thing? Sonic Dash? No, we need them. Like, if they're canon, please just put them in the games. No references, whatever, just do it. All right. Anyways, so that's pretty much that. What else am I going to go for here? I want to talk about this video game that I'm playing and stuff real quick. Basically, I learned it from this right here. So this used to be an RPG game I used to play back when I was in high school, but I never really finished it until last year, I think, or it might have been earlier this year. Regardless, it was called Project X Zone, where it was a crossover with Sega, Namco, and Capcom. And so I'm like, man, why didn't they just put Sonic in here, man? If they had Sega, but I don't know, whatever, right? But anyways, but yeah, it was definitely a pretty big crossover with a lot of characters, whether it be from Resident Evil, Street Fighter, Tekken, Virtual Fighters, School Rivals, like, etc. Like, they had it all. And this was one of the games, which is Xenosaga. These are the characters that you play in the game that's representing Project X Zone, or representing Xenosaga for Project X Zone.
Peggy 12.
I'm telling you, I bought the game for the plot. But no, I go to this retro video store, they have like the actual game there. It's on PS2, so I was like, you know what? And it's only like what, 20 something to $30. Like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, I can get this, and then but like after I beat that, I'll get the episode 2, the second game, and then episode 3 that costs like $200. Man, that is wild. So if I'm feeling froggy, I'll jump for that one, or I'll leap, or whatever they say. I'll definitely get it. But let me just beat these first, like these 2 games first. So this is from Namco. It's an RPG game and all that. But that's not the actual game. That's the game that I found them out in, or I found out these characters in. Let me go to the actual stuff. Let me share the screen. And I've been listening to this theme too. Let me play the theme real quick. This little battle thing, so you don't figure like, oh, characters, whatever. Some really good action action music right there. All right, enough of that. All right, going on to. But anyways, there was this one part I was just stuck on for like a week, where I was like, all right, well, let me just think this over real quick before I like try anything. because I was trying to figure out how, like, of course you can level up from like gaining experience and stuff, but you can also level up your attacks and your health personally yourself. It doesn't do it automatically. So I was like, okay, so let me figure out what exactly do I need to do to beat this thing or whatever. Let me like play this real quick. This is what the game looks like. You know. See, this is how you play this game.
All systems clear.
Okay, so this is the part that I was stuck with for a week with this game. And I was like, ooh, this thing is going to be so crazy. This thing right here. So what you do is you walk up to it and then you obviously fight it. He's just trying to find some kind of like items for it.
I've come this far, I can't lose now.
See, my thing was like, so this character right here, this is Shion. She has the ability to summon this mech or whatever and pilot it. So I summoned a giant mech to like also fight this mech as well. And I had these two characters on the side. So this character, which I didn't realize until later, is actually a healer as well and stuff. So you can be able to heal both the members of your party or all the members of your party. But you can't heal the person that's in like a mech or whatever. Like items and magic have no effect on them. So unless it's not like an attack or whatever. So that's kind of the downside to it. So I can't really heal the character when it's in the mech unless she's out of the suit or whatever. But anyways, that's just how I was playing it. But this thing had like a ton of attacks, or it kept making these earthquakes. Like you're about to see in a second. Look at that. See, this thing's weird. And it can take that much health. I'm like, you are crazy. Okay, look at it. Look how much health we're gonna have. Like, yeah, left. So look, I had to deal with that. Okay, it was pretty wild. I mean, she got taken out already before she gave the summon a mech or whatever and stuff like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure this person is going to probably pull like an item or something because you could revive your person in your party, like so.
Here! I'm not done yet.
It just hacks away at your health. So, yeah, it was pretty wild. And then the funny thing was, like earlier this morning, when I actually did come close to defeating the thing just hit self destruct and it blew up. And it took like my character had like let's say 411 like health, right? And this thing took like 423 or something. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, oh my god, if I had more health, I would actually have lived.
Ready?
It was crazy. So I finally beat it. Back right now, we're going to continue to keep playing the game and whatnot. See where this leads me. It's pretty good so far. I actually do enjoy it. Um, Definitely, like I said, it's a JRPG, so you travel, walk around, or whatever. If you bump into a robot or some kind of opponent or whatever, then obviously you fight it. That kind of thing. Um, yeah, let me show you some of the cutscenes. All right, let's see what Ash is talking about. We got lots of comments. Okay, I already read those top two. My friend just finished season 3 of TMNT 2003 series. Glad he at least agrees the whole Karai becoming Shredder buildup was forced and contradicts her arc in season 2 and 3. I wouldn't say contradict. I mean, I understand, like, oh, well, yeah. It's kind of a depressing thing that Karai had a falling out with the Turtles and that she had, like, went downhill and became just like her dad, the Shredder, and all that stuff. Whereas back in like season 2 and season 3, Karai was friends with the Turtles, but hey, it had to end some kind of way where she's loyal to her dad, but she's friends with the Turtles. So it's like you know, which one really matters the most? Her loyalty to her dad, the man that took her in, taught her everything she knows, and that she owes everything to, or her friends, where she believes that there's a certain level of honor and pride within them. Yeah. So Karai became a major villain and stuff in that season. So it was pretty cool. That's just my opinion, though. But anyways, let me keep going. And I just saw a clip too, actually, online, where somebody had showed a clip of like, I think it was from that episode where Leo and Casey had teamed up and was gonna like go up against Hunt or something. And this is Leo during his whole, angsty phase where he was like pissed off, mad at the world because they almost died after Exodus and stuff. And like, Leo showed up and was talking to Casey. He was like, and Casey was in the dark watching TV. He was like, bad news, Casey. And then Casey was like, Raph, man, I told you not to sneak up on me like that. And he's like, oh, Leo. Like, dang. But I mean, they're twins though, so yeah. But yeah, it's not about that. It's depressing. But because she defends her dad while valuing honor, but her dad is obviously a douchebag who even smacked her across the room in Exodus. Yeah, I understand. I'm not saying it's right, but it's like, again, certain level of loyalty or a whole, kind of like, like Talia al Ghul and like Ra's al Ghul, how despite how much like Ra's treats Talia like trash, or how much his apologies comes across as like fake and stuff, Talia always goes back to Ra's and stuff as his daughter because she owes everything to him, just like how Karai does with Shredder. Again, it is pretty toxic. It is definitely a toxic relationship that they have. But I mean, if there's any consolation, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think you like Turtles Forever, do you, Ashes? Because in Turtles Forever, Karai did make the right choice where she betrayed the Shredder and stuff again, and this time for good and whatnot, where he was trying to like destroy the multiverse if it meant destroying the Turtles. She was like, yeah, although it was pretty dumb that she's teamed up with them after his comeback or whatever, but it is what it is. Let's see. And like I said, I have not finished up this game, so I can't really say. Like I haven't like really finished a video game like that. So, but I'm gonna play a cutscene or whatever because some of this stuff is kind of fun.
What would you do for $1 billion?
We'll find out.
When a migraine strikes and I've taken a trip down, side effects, dizziness can throw me off.
after their ship just got invaded with all these alien things called Gnosis. I believe that's the Gnosis right here. Actually, let me go to that.
Affirmative. The target object was not the original. Affirmative. It was an emulator. Roger. Upon deploying tracking device, I will depart immediately. As originally planned, I will head for second mill shaft. I'm gonna go to that one with the creatures that attack the ship real quick to kind of give you guys like, as in like, what in the world?
Damn it! Not now! Will my death be for nothing?
The only way to make Harai being Shredder arc work is to make the Turtles truly betray her. I disagree. I mean, that kind of just feels like, okay, you're just trying to fight fire with fire in that case. 20th Soul Show did this better with the Turtles' betrayal and being just as blind as Shredder. Well, they thought that, hey, maybe we can probably use Karai to like take down the Shredder. So they did betray her trust because, you know, Karai, in a way, she did kind of like Leo, like, you know, being friends with him and stuff or whatever. But after like trying to, you know, like, and Karai noticed that the Krang, like, even though Shredder is short-sighted in his like revenge against Splinter, he's, you know, not really paying attention that the Krang can like literally threaten the world with this power and this technology and stuff. So Karai was already distrustful of them. So she went behind his back, worked with the Turtles, and the Turtles went behind her back and tried to assassinate the Shredder. And then, you know, that failed. Karai grew a hatred towards and an animosity towards the Turtles and stuff. And then a lot of the stuff didn't really get resolved until she really did find out that Shredder lied to her whole life, that he did kill her mom accidentally, and that Splinter is her real dad, that she was being, you know, groomed to like hate or whatever, you know, or nurtured to hate. And then Shredder went and like mutated Karai. So yeah, but anyways, let me get back to that. Actually, let me go back. This wasn't the cutscene though.
Earn up to $500 in rewards for the healthy choices you make with My Health Pays.
What's the status?
We've connected the main field generator and this block's sub-reactor. It'll only hold for 3 minutes, but we can move this ship under power.
Bypass connection to the logic drive secured. Yeah. You can take control from this terminal.
That's...
Damn it! Our weapons are useless! They're not like those other bastards! An FAE? No!
Anyways, let me just go back to the thing. I know I got sidetracked. This is a funny part right here.
What a mess. Whoever it was, they sure went all out. You think there's anything left out there? Hey, Tony. How long before the Federation gets here?
Well, let's see. The last SOS went out a half an hour ago.
To be fair, I still find Karai's mutation kind of lazy. I get, geez, the critic. But anyways, to be kind of lazy, I guess the writers just show Shredder's pride by hanging Karai in a cage or over mutagen is dumb. He could have at least sealed it off for safety. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty dumb. I wouldn't say the mutation was lazy in itself, but I mean, like, Shredder's plan was dumb because because at first I thought he wanted to mutate Karai anyways, and then when I found out his reaction, I was like, bro, you dangled her over a vat of mutagen. How did you think this was gonna go? But turns out his plan was that he wanted to mutate the turtles into venomous snakes and stuff and have them attack Splinter, which, I mean, on paper, it's okay. It's an interesting idea, but why'd you and I understand Karai's fate and stuff, obviously, but come on, you couldn't have expected this to not go wrong. So, I mean, yeah, but Shredder is his own worst enemy. That's what they were trying to get at there on that one.
Oh, so we've probably got at least 3 hours, right? No sign of any nearby ships either, right, Hammer?
Yep. We're the only ship within a 5,000 light year radius.
All right. That should be enough. Let's grab anything that looks salvageable.
You know, Captain, I realize the deadline for paying back Master Guinan is right around the corner, but don't you think this is a little risky? If the feds find us out, we'd be lucky to get 10 years.
That's if they find out. You know the feds aren't going to patrol all the way out here in the middle of nowhere.
Well, I just don't like the idea of feeding off the dead. I mean, what are we? Space jackals? Vultures? Hyenas?
You moron. What kind of metaphor is that? Don't be comparing us to extinct animals. You'll jinx us.
Because this is supposed to be set 2,000 years in the future, so that's...
We're recyclers, damn it. Environmentally friendly space recyclers.
Master Guinan told us to stay away from any side jobs, remember? He said it hurts the Foundation's image. I don't know. Oh ho! We got a wrecked ship here, 3 o'clock. Looks like a Ganymede class.
Nice work there, Tony. Good thing we were tapping the UMN emergency channel. Come on, pull in close, hurry.
Yep, we're vultures.
What was that?
Spectrum matches up perfectly. It's a geocrystal.
All right, not bad. Let's start with that one.
That's not a geocrystal, you idiot. It's a corpse.
Well, what'd you expect? This is a battlefield. It's no big deal. Don't bother wasting fuel. Just keep going and let it bounce off.
You're kidding, right? My dead grandma told me to be respectful of the dead. Sorry, but I don't want any bad karma. You do it, Captain.
You moron. What? Is that your grandfather out there? Don't be ridiculous. Just shut up and keep moving.
Man, not again. Captain, this is so typical of you, making us do all the dirty work.
You moron! What the hell are you doing? I said bounce it off!
Well, don't look at me. It got stuck on its own. It's not my fault.
Whatever, just get rid of it.
Hey, it's a girl. She might be cute, you know?
My ass, you sicko. Who the hell cares how she looks? She's dead.
Exactly. Besides, she's facing the other way. It's a shame we can't meet face to face.
Please open your communications line. I need to speak with you. Frequency 2020.
A talking corpse!
You moron! Open your eyes! That ain't no corpse!
This ain't happening. This ain't happening.
It's a Realian, or a cyborg, something like that.
But I've never heard of a Realian that can operate out in space.
Well, it's probably a military robot or something. Just open the channel.
Let me check the comments. Oh, nothing really.
I'm Captain Matthews of the tramp freighter Elsa. We received your SOS signal earlier. It happened to be within range of our navigational path, so we rushed here to your rescue.
Huh? Rescue? Oh!
So, is there anything we can do to assist you?
What do you mean, rescue? What about our side job?
Relax, you moron. We're gonna grab what we can while taking care of this little rescue. With this mess, I bet there's no one left alive anyway.
I will make this brief. I request that you gate jump to 2nd Miltia immediately.
Say what? Oh, yeah. Keep dreaming, sweetheart. We can't leave yet. We still got work to do. And besides, 2nd Miltia? Have you any idea how much it would cost to travel that far?
There is no need for concern. We will cover all UMN gate fees incurred. My time is limited as well. Failure to comply will result in the destruction of this window.
Go ahead.
Man, that was pretty wild right there. Some anti-hero type stuff. Dr. Hino, if you're still here, I'm pretty sure you would love this type of thing.
Give it a try.
Well, okay, we'll go ahead.
Destruction of this window.
I bet you
Go ahead, give it a try. The Elsa's forward window can withstand direct hits from debris as big as 6 millimeters. Punch from a girlie like you wouldn't even dent.
One more strike and this window will shatter. It appears that none of you are wearing spacesuits. Keep in mind that I am making this proposal with goodwill. I could just as easily toss you out into space and take over the ship.
Be so rash.
Had you accommodated me from the outset, we would have saved 1 minute 45 seconds. I am coming on board now. Please open the cargo bay.
Yeah, right.
One more thing.
What?
Do not accelerate in an attempt to knock me off. If you do so, I will destroy the engine and the entire ship with it.
She's got us, Red.
Shut up.
Pretty funny stuff, huh? Let me,
How's down there?
How's everything?
You know you want a burger, so make it my Smash Jack. Rated the best burger in fast food. It's even got more...
Excuse us.
Yeah, you know what? Might as well. Just to give you guys a little more context.
Huh? Hey, Captain, I've got someone on the open channel.
Who could it be? Survivors?
Oh. Hold on. I'll put it on the speakers.
Is anybody out there?
Hello? Anyone? If anyone is scanning this channel, please help! Come on, Chief, you give it a try.
Don't worry. A rescue ship will come for us eventually. I'm more concerned about Cosmos. Now, where could she be?
How would I know? Besides, we're not out of the woods yet. I mean, the Gnosis might still be around.
I'm not worried about that right now. We have to retrieve Cosmos.
Forget about Cosmos. What about us? Oh, if I knew this was gonna happen, I wouldn't have let everyone else go first. Maybe they're still around. You think?
I can't believe you. Alan, how can you be so insensitive after all that's happened?
What do you mean? Of course I'm traumatized. Chief, that was really uncalled for. Do you think that I'm an emotionless android? For you to even think that is the most traumatizing thing of all.
No, I never said anything like that.
You just did. You think I'm an android, don't you?
What the hell? Huh? Hey!
Xion. Cosmos? Cosmos, is that you?
Where are you right now?
I am on board a civilian ship passing through the area. Please remain at your current locale. A Federation rescue vessel should arrive soon.
Remain here? Cosmos, just what are you up to?
I am commandeering this ship to go to 2nd Miltia. These are my orders from headquarters.
You're going wait a second! What about us?
Unfortunately, you were not mentioned in my orders. Therefore, this mission takes priority.
Oh, I see. What, you expect us to sit here and wait for the cavalry?
That is a logical conclusion.
Wait a second! What guarantee do we have that the Federation will dispatch a rescue? What if no one comes? The two of us will starve to death inside this pod. You can't do this!
Actually, suffocation would come first. Your air supply will be depleted in 46 hours.
Oh, in that case, suffocation?
That is correct. But there is a 96% probability that a rescue vessel will arrive within 15 hours. Your chances of survival are high, but this is not a certainty.
But...
There's no way I'm going to allow this. You cannot act on your own, Cosmos. Bring us on board immediately.
There is no time for this. I am signing off. Xion, Alan, please take care.
Now just wait 1 second, Cosmos.
You better bring us on board, or I'll open the hatch. You hear me?
What? What are you doing, Chief? Please, don't do anything crazy.
Be quiet, Alan. Listen to me, Cosmos. You know what'll happen if I turn this lever, right?
Doesn't this go against your directive? After all, you're supposed to bring us back alive. Am I right?
You are delaying me from my mission. I suggest you do as you please.
Cosmos! You don't believe I'll do it, do you? I'm serious, you know.
She's really gonna do it!
Why not help her? Sounds like she means it.
Hey, Chaos, you're up.
With all this racket, who could sleep?
So, is that okay with you? Well, it looks like she doesn't have any objections. So it's all up to you, Captain. What do you say? Think we ought to rescue them?
Well, if you say so. Sure, I don't mind.
Tony?
Excuse us.
I'm Captain Matthews.
My name is Shion Uzuki, and I'm from Vector Industries' 1st R&D Division. And this is my coworker, Alan Ridgely, who also works in the same division. We do apologize for all the trouble our errant Cosmos may have caused you. Come on, Alan. Show them your gratitude.
Right. Thank heavens you were around to rescue us. We almost became space dust out there because of my stubborn boss here. Ah!
You ought to save your thanks for chaos over there. We were just gonna leave you and fly on out of here.
Oh, I see. Thank you, Chaos.
No, don't mention it. After all, we all need a little help sometimes.
Yeah. He often saves our hides too. So, we can't turn him down when he asks for a favor.
I see. That reminds me. Hey, Cosmos. And just what do you think you're doing? You left us and then tried to go to second meal ship by yourself. Maybe your OS is malfunctioning or something.
Yes, that is possible.
By the way, what were the orders from HQ?
Captain Matthews, may I use the maintenance lab next to the hangar?
Just a second, Cosmos.
Yeah, sure. What for?
Cosmos?
Due to the limitations of the test-juice condenser.
Like, literally turned into her mom for a second. What's happening, Taylor? How you doing today? Happy holidays, by the way. Happy holidays. Well, I guess you have Veterans Day. Yeah, happy Veterans Day. And to anyone that's a veteran in your family.
My energy reserves are almost depleted. I wish to receive a co-generator bypass in order to replenish them.
Hey! What is wrong with you? Answer me, Cosmos!
So, you'll cover the bill, right?
Yes.
Cosmo!
Shion.
Yes?
My sensors appear to be malfunctioning. Please adjust them before we disembark at our destination.
Why should I?
Please, Shion. This is part of your job.
I'm terribly sorry. The girl is just so stubborn. I do apologize for all the trouble she's causing.
It's all right, I'm actually enjoying it. This ship's much livelier with more crew members.
You got that right. We can always use some more women around here. How about it?
Yeah.
Once we arrive, how about you and I get a suite and settle in with a nice bottle of wine?
What? Hey!
Huh? Sure.
All right, that's enough, Tony. Never mind her, at least she's a real girl. The other one's not even human, she's battle weaponry.
You think so, huh? She appears to be just like any other human to me.
Talked about everything that I wanted to cover. Like I said, I'm playing Xenosaga I rewatched Batman and Robin and Batman Forever since it's been years since I've seen those movies. And and this is coming from somebody who actually does like Batman Forever. Batman and Robin, I just watched it because, well, why not? It's been a long time. And plus, I needed a more updated opinion on it. Personally, myself, I know a lot of people don't like George Clooney's casting as Bruce Wayne as Batman. Not my ideal choice either, but to be honest, I don't even think it's really his acting, though. That's like a problem for me. It's just more so like just the script itself, like, or just the direction of making Batman and Robin a little bit more campy and a little bit goofy and stuff like that, because every character is like clipping every other second. And then, Arnold Schwarzenegger playing Mr. Freeze. I mean, look, and another thing too, like what people got to think about when it comes to Mr. Freeze was that like Mr. Freeze back in the day, like he was Mr. Sub-Zero, and he was just like really just a character that was like, oh, he was an ice themed villain that uses ice, like it used the ice gun and a fancy space looking suit to like rob and steal things or whatever. And then they kind of like modernized him in Batman the Animated Series, where they revamped his origin, where he had a wife, he's actually a cryogenesis type scientist or whatever, a cryogenist that is trying to save his wife. So that's how he became Mr. Freeze and stuff like that. And he's a very sympathetic character, so a lot of people know Mr. Freeze by that. And Batman and Robin tried to adapt that. So they got Arnold Schwarzenegger, but they have Arnold Schwarzenegger quitting way too much and stuff, and acting a little bit goofy, even though he's played things like the Terminator, Conan, and so on. So he can definitely play a good kind of stoic character. But like I said, it's mostly the dialogue and the script. But the costumes look great. Yeah, it was kind of a little bit pointless to put they kind of bloated it full of like Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, and Bane, which are all villains that could probably stand alone as themselves or whatever, or alone in different categories. But it is what it is. Costumes, like I said, they look great. The aesthetics. I love Robin's suit. I kind of mentioned that before. Batman's suit looks great. Yeah, I know people talk about the bat nipples and stuff. Not really necessary, but hey, it's all right in my opinion. The Batgirl suit looks amazing. Like, yeah, Poison Ivy. Yeah, she was kind of fine. What can I say? But yeah, and then Bane. Yeah, that's definitely a very comic book accurate looking Bane. The only problem is just that he acted like a meathead, and he was just dumb. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Batman and Robin. I kind of forgot to talk about that, or I didn't want to show the trailers and then get copyright striked or whatever. But yeah, and then I love Batman Forever, so yeah. Then I talked about the Super Mario Galaxy movie and stuff that's coming up. How I'm looking forward to that. I don't mind Brie Larson being cast as Rosalina as long as she can do the job. I'm here for it and stuff. And like I said, I think she's getting better at her acting career, so I can kind of respect that. Definitely excited for the Tangle and Whisper DLC when it's Sonic Crossworlds and stuff. Now I have to get Sonic Crossworlds because of that. I'm like, finally. Yeah. You're finally putting these characters in a Sonic game. Now please put them in a mainstream Sonic game now. And then I talked a little bit about Xenosaga. As you guys can see, I was like checking out some of those videos and stuff, or showing you guys what I had to deal with or what the game's about, etc. And I told you guys about what happened to my car, so hopefully this will run smoothly. So yeah, it's been quite a week. Okay, but anyways, yeah, but that's my time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is Joe Fox about peace, and until we meet again. And have a good night, everybody.